2017, astronomer Robert Weirich was reviewing data collected by telescopes when something unusual caught his attention. The more closely he examined the information, the clearer it became. Before him was an object unlike anything science had ever encountered. An unknown body in the solar system was moving at an enormous speed of 59,000 miles per hour, along a trajectory that clearly indicated it was not captured by the sun's gravity. It was traveling on a path that made it clear that it had come from interstellar space. The speed of the object was far too high for the sun to have pulled it into its gravitational field. Soon, scientists established the size of this mysterious object was roughly comparable to a football field. But the real shock came with its shape. It had nothing in common with asteroids or comets known to science. Moreover, the object left behind no gas trail or dust trail, which is entirely uncharacteristic for comets approaching the sun. As research into the mysterious object deepened, the situation became even more inexplicable. Scientists discovered that before it had been detected, while it was still outside the reach of our instruments, it had passed dangerously close to the Sun, just 23 million miles from its surface, which is closer than Mercury's orbit. And then something astonishing happened. The object suddenly accelerated nearly 3.5 times. It reached an incredible speed of 194,500 miles per hour, or 55 miles per second. It was as if some unknown force had given it a massive additional push. The mysterious interstellar visitor was given the name Oumuamua, which in Hawaiian means a scout, a messenger that arrives first from afar. But what exactly this object was could not be determined. By the time it was first discovered, it was already rapidly moving away from us. Today, Oumuamua is more than 4.3 billion miles from Earth, leaving the solar system behind. And judging by its trajectory and speed, there's no chance that it'll ever be in our proximity again. Its unusual shape, lack of a gas tail, and most intriguingly, its arrival from interstellar space left scientists baffled. More and more researchers began to lean toward the hypothesis that Oumuamua might not be an ordinary space object at all, but an artificial spacecraft, possibly a messenger from an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization. To test this bold theory, a large-scale project was proposed, Project Lyra. Its mission was to launch a probe to intercept Oumuamua, to get close to it, and finally find out what we're dealing with. Of Oumuamua, a wave of excitement spread through the scientific community. This object didn't fit into any known category, and no one could say what exactly we had encountered. It challenged everything we knew about space. Astronomers around the world urgently repurposed their telescopes, cancelled their own research just to catch a few more signals from it before it vanished forever into the darkness of interstellar space. Initial estimates shortly after its discovery suggested that Oumuamua was about 1,300 feet long and only 130 feet wide. This elongated, cigar-like shape didn't resemble any known celestial body. But later, as new data arrived, scientists at McMaster University in Canada made their own calculations, suggesting that its dimensions could have been around 380 feet in length, 364 feet wide, and 62 feet thick, making it slightly larger than the Statue of Liberty. However, instead of an elongated cigar shape, the object might have been flatter, pancake-like in form. But even that shape is very unusual for space objects. Similar proportions have only been seen in rare cases such as Erekoth, a celestial body in the Kuiper Belt beyond Neptune's orbit. Even so, such exceptions don't make Oumuamua any less mysterious. Its shape remains extremely atypical and continues to raise questions. We're observing something unusual and mysterious, an object hurtling through space at an incredible speed of 16 miles per second. That's faster than Voyager 1, one of the fastest spacecraft ever launched by humans. At such a speed, Oumuamua could cross the distance between New York and San Francisco in just 2 minutes and 38 seconds. This velocity indicated that the object was not bound by the sun's gravity, and soon this suspicion was confirmed. It was a distant interstellar visitor. But where exactly had it come from? And more importantly, what was it? The first thing astronomers expected to see as they observed the rapidly receding object was a bright tail of gas and dust. After all, they initially assumed it was a comet, and those behave predictably when approaching the sun. Under the influence of solar heat, ice and frozen gases on their surface begin to evaporate, ejecting dust and gas into space. These emissions form a glowing tail that trails behind the nucleus, reflecting sunlight. A vivid example is Comet Hale-Bopp, whose tail was visible to the naked eye from Earth in 1997. But Oumuamua defied all expectations. It flew past the sun without leaving any trace of evaporation, no gas, no dust, not even the faintest hint of a tail. Its behavior broke all the rules that apply to ordinary comets. This mysterious guest continued to baffle science. Its shape, trajectory, and incredible speed all pointed to one thing. We were dealing with something completely unique, unlike any object known to humanity. Tension continued to grow in the scientific community. The main question was, is Oumuamua just an ordinary cosmic body? Or have we, for the first time,